Hello there, YouTube. I will be showing you a technique I've been implementing recently with layering. Well, not this is separate from the other video, but using different patches in one bass line to keep the ear of the listener enticed and interested in the music you're making. Instead of just using the same synth patch for the entire bass line, which is what I started with in this project. I chose to sort of emphasize different parts of the bass line with different patches. So I'll show you the first one that I started with, which is this. So I started with that. I started with a pretty basic bass line, and then I was sort of inspired by this guy called Bass Nectar. You probably know him if you're interested in dubstep. If you don't, I'll put a link in the description. He is probably one of my favorite dubstep producers and DJs out there, and he does some really cool stuff. And all of his bass lines, or almost all of them, from the ones from my favorite songs, they have a lot of variation in them, which keeps them interesting. So I tried to sort of do a similar technique, see how it went, and it turned out pretty good. So this song, unlike my first video, actually has a build and a drop. Sounds pretty sweet so far. Yeah, so let me show you this little section, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so after the first drop, it goes to like a two-step sounding thing. I'm not at traditional dubstep tempo. I think this is like techno house, as far as I know. 130, like 128 to 132, I think is that. But I'm not at like the standard 140, 142 dubstep speed. And I like playing with different tempos a lot just to see what kind of sounds I can get. But this is like a little two-step section, and then build, drop, and then I'm gonna expand the song, probably like double the length pretty soon. So let me show you the different patches that I have one by one. So what I started with was basically this one, and then I made the bass line just with that, and then I just split it into different tracks and started like working with the different parts that I wanted to. And we can look at this one, for example. This this one, instead of having a clip distortion, has a bit crusher. And for this, to get the sound that I'm looking for, I just play around with the settings until I'm satisfied, as there isn't really ever a set standard that I use for this. It's just I do what I want until it sounds good. And I just usually hold down a note until I find what I want. Playing with the modes, clip level, all that stuff. So that's one of them. And then on this one, pretty much the same clip distortion settings as this one. A little bit quieter, but what it is, it's more bassy, and it's a different synth here as far as I know. Let me check. No, it's the same one. But what did I do to change it? Oh yeah. Alright, so here we have a square wave about halfway, and then here we have, sorry, I haven't been using this long, I'm not sure, but like a synced sawtooth wave, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But just the one that says sync on it right there. That's the one I'm using for this one. Excuse me. That one. And then if you move this over there, wait a second. Oh, yeah. All right, so it's the it's also the cutoff modulation that I'm playing with. There we go. So yeah, that was it. It's just a lot more cutoff or less. I don't really know which one's which, but yeah, this one you can see is way over here, which gives it this sound. And I just pulled it back until I got a more bassy sub. Sorry about this. I was a little bit wrong with that, but yes, that's what I did there. And for this one, yeah, what I did is I changed the synth here. So you can see it's just like -12, 0, 0. Keep those the same, and just a simple cutoff modulation. Nothing else. And I don't change anything here except add a little attack time, and then cut off all the way, and then all the way here, and then you can mix that how you want. But what makes this sound so much more different than the other ones is, like this one for example is using the organ 1, which you can just find by scrolling through here, and to get a different sound I changed for organ 4. And to find the sounds that you like, you can't just like, well, you can just go around and pick the ones and get a little bit lucky and choose some good ones, but it's about actually testing every one and finding which ones you like. I wanted a similar sound, but one that was a little bit higher, a little bit has a little bit more tone to it than the rest of it. So that's what this synth is. You can hear it has a lot higher pitched tone, and if we change it actually back to organ 1, if I can find it, yeah, it's less of a high pitched sound going in there. So let me put this back to organ 4. And also on this track, unlike the other ones, I did clip distortion and bit crusher. Not much though, just a little bit to see if you bypass it. Gives a little bit extra dirt. Helps with sort of like the squeaking high pitchedness of it, and it's sort of like a pretty dirty synth. And what I'm gonna do after I finish the song is I'm gonna duplicate every single track and add some sort of modulation to it, like a chorus or a phaser. What I'm thinking to do for my next tutorial is this little thing that I came up with called the Poor Man's DJ, and this is what it sounds like right here. So if you want that for my next video, post a comment. It would be much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and comment on my videos. It means a lot. I really like doing these, so if you want to see more, let me know and I will produce some more heavy bass tracks. So for now, I will be signing off. Let me know what you think. Thanks.